I grew up right outside of Philly, so this is where we part ways, Bill. I'll give you hockey, but once football season starts, don't mess with me. I don't think we're going to be friends. Okay, guys, this is the new place, the new space that I am, well, it's shared, but it is so cool and it's really close to my house. And it's a boardroom, but this is a very, very old building, built in 1852, originally a restaurant and bar. I think it was also a hardware store. It's probably pretty haunted. May have been a hardware store first, a general store. It's right in the middle of my town, and I'm going to spend more time here, I think, than the other office. I carried both offices this month just to make sure I was going to be happy here. And yeah, I think it's super cool. The whole building is exposed brick, and it's just really, really nice energy. And maybe I will do some ghost hunting here, who knows? But in the meantime, I'm hoping to be able to afford to rent my own little office in this building. Today I want to start with Nancy and Steve from Can Ramblers. Now, we're in a tough stage. Saturday, Steve uploaded a video that Nancy had been moved to the hospice facility. I know Steve had imagined she'd be home until the moment God called her, but I think it didn't take much convincing for them to make this move, and Nancy was ready to do that. I think a lot of it had to do that she didn't want to be a burden. She didn't want Steve to hurt himself carrying her, what have you. But I have to say, it takes courage to recognize what needs to be done. Sometimes we have to roll with it, what's in the best interest at the moment, and let go of how we saw it playing out. I'm not saying at all that Steve couldn't have taken care of her till the end, because he's been doing a bang-up job for this long, and I know that he could. Not only could Steve now just focus on his loving wife without taking care of her physical needs, but they also invited him to move in there with her for however long she had left. We went from Nancy having weeks instead of months, and now Nancy probably has days instead of weeks. Even with all the wonderful support from family and hospice, Steve's videos are probably going to only get harder to make from here. On Tuesday, Steve gave us another update while he walks the beautiful grounds of hospice. It seems their team is on point. They're monitoring her symptoms and only giving Nancy pain meds when she's asking for them. They are watching how she does communicate, and they're also evaluating her food intake and her responsiveness. After a week, she seems a lot more alert suddenly, asking questions and asking Steve to bring clothes from home. And I don't know if this is the part of rallying, but I personally doubt that there will be enough improvement, even long enough at least, to transfer her back home. That's just what I'm feeling. Steve becomes very vulnerable and raw in this video. Our hearts go out to Nancy, Steve, and the kids. We love you very much. Okay, let's talk about Bill Imler. Bill uploaded in Minnesota this week because they went to the Mayo Clinic where he got his CT scan this week. It wasn't good, guys. If you didn't see the video, I definitely think you should. The liver that had one tumor they found in December now has 30 new lesions. There seems to be a new tumor in the abdominal cavity and another on the spleen. There's just more questions than answers right now, and they don't know if the chemo is working or not. Maybe there would have been more without it. I mean, he just doesn't know yet. His tumor markers are still coming down, so that's a great sign that it is working. He'll see his oncologist the day after he filmed, so he's done that already, and there might even be an additional upload to see right now. I don't know. I also believe this might be the trip where he and Lisa are celebrating their anniversary, if I recall correctly. And what better way to do that than to go to the Spam Museum? I hate Spam. What do you all think? You like Spam? Well, I don't know if I would want that kind of history lesson, but they also saw the Michael movie, which Bill really loved, just in case you need another endorsement. It's crazy the way the critics' opinions were so different than the moviegoers. It's not something that I would go see, but I just wanted to throw that in there for you if you're thinking about it. He's also looking forward to seeing the Pittsburgh Penguins take out the Philadelphia Flyers. I grew up right outside of Philly, so this is where we part ways, Bill. I'll give you hockey, but once football season starts, don't mess with me. I don't think we're going to be friends. So go to Bill's channel, catch up, and send him some love. No matter what the oncologist has to say, I'll bet he could use some extra support right now. So we're going to just continue rooting for you, Bill. John McClean, Life with Cancer. Just a quick note. A few of our viewers are asking me about John because he hasn't uploaded for quite a minute. I just wanted to let you know that I did reach out to John, and he's been having some problems with work lately, but he's fine, and he hopes to upload an update soon, so no worries. Kim Clune. Kim had her third infusion last week. She's not doing great with these side effects. The sucky part happens to most of us, but some treatments are just harder on the body, and every body is different. On top of that, she feels like she might be getting Tim's cold. Hopefully, Kim's sucky part is just the therapy, because that's bad enough, so I hope she didn't get that. Her side effects were bad enough last time that they lowered the dose, and she's still having problems. Most of it seems to be in her head. I didn't mean mentally. I mean headaches and jaw pain. The headaches might be from her infusions, or she said maybe the anti-nausea meds, which she's had problems with. I know it's got to be very frustrating when you want to be in the know, and there's a lot of moving parts, so you never know what's causing what. There's a lot of issues that she's also concerned about, some other issues, and I want you to go see the video and let her explain what concerns her the most. And keep in mind, if there were only 8, maybe 10 treatments, well, then you might be able to just stick it out. But this is supposed to be for the rest of her life. She's in a tough place, and I really do hope they can get her to the point where her body can tolerate these treatments. We're thinking of you, Kim. Okay, let's go on to Eke Acres. I think he uploaded several videos, maybe a couple of the paranormal and the macabre, but I'm interested in just 2 again this week. Let's start with a video called "We May Try to Sell Again and Leave New York." WTF was probably the first thing that came out of my mouth when I saw that title, and I know I said it out loud. Kevin's chief complaints seem to be about the upkeep of the property. And I would probably complain about that as well. But the fact is, I wouldn't live there to begin with. It's a lot of maintenance. And when this house was for sale, Kevin had sold his tractor because he wasn't going to need it anymore in Iowa. So now he's doing that entire property with a push mower. A push mower. Seriously. Have you ever used a push mower? Well, he says that nobody ever comes to visit. So he just does that for the two of them. So now there's going to be some areas that he's just not going to maintain any longer because he doesn't really want to buy a new tractor. I say just throw out some wild seed, where you don't want to mow anymore, and let the flowers come up and take over. I'm sure that would be very pretty. So he's not sure if they're going to stay. He and Bridget spoke about the possibility of selling again, hopefully successfully this time, and going to Iowa after all. He does basically the opposite of what he talked about last time. Like, where they are now sucks suddenly, and Iowa is great. I mean, he does quite a comparison. And the plan would be they would go down to one car, which totally makes sense because he's complaining about the cost of everything to maintain a car. And they also have a lot of paved paths where, it wouldn't be hard to scoot over to a grocery store or get to anywhere he really needs to go. And I ended up leaving a comment on this video, basically saying that all the same problems that you didn't like in Iowa still exist. Stay or go, Kevin, but don't toy with Bridget's heart. You know what she wants more than anything. So I might be rolling my eyeballs here, but I really hope they go. I think that Kevin will complain no matter where he is, but Bridget will be happier to be near family again. Happy wife, happy life. In the second video that Kevin uploaded, he'd gone to get his CT scan. So I was really happy about that. Now it's just a waiting game. And he doesn't have a lot of good to say about the doctor office. He's got mishaps again, and you know what? I'm just going to leave the sleeping dogs lie, and you can go see all that drama for yourself. I'm looking forward to the results, though, and I'm here for it. Now it's time for big no-no, Noah Thomas. Noah's having a rough time of it. I have to say it was a hard week for a lot of our cancer YouTubers. Some weeks there's not a whole lot to report, so we talk about their family vlogs and things, but this has been a real struggle this week for most of them. And he had his 9th treatment, and you can see him struggling as he disconnects his unit and flushes his port. He said there were some positive things to take away from this treatment, though, but it seems like it's getting harder and harder on his body with each infusion, which is not abnormal. This vlog is mainly walking us through his struggles and how he copes with them. And as the days passed, he was starting to feel like his old self again. So that was good to see. I'm so honored, actually, that he stays vulnerable even in his darkest times. Not only does it make himself relatable to others who actually do feel alone, it also brings them in closer to support him in turn. I like when the universe works. And I hope God will have a hand in lifting Noah to a new chapter in his life soon. Let's move on to Caitlin. Caitlin, Cancer Chronicles. So she uploaded a vlog spanning 2 weeks. She gets her treatments every 2 weeks, and she did have scan day during that period. And she started with the end of her last treatment and day, and she had some real problems with her arthritis issues, especially in her hands, but seems to work through them, at least that day. She did have more issues later. She shares the kids playing sports And if you have a fear of spiders, well, trigger warning. There's also a birthday party. It's a birthday lunch. And I have to tell you, the cake looked amazing. It was my immediate thought that now I want cake. I've gotten past it. I'm hoping that I didn't just trigger myself, but it really was really pretty cake. Then she heads back to Brisbane for scan day. And she has lunch between scans and the doctor's appointment. Honestly, I think that's the way it should be. Get it all done. No waiting for days, trying not to think about it or overthinking it. But spoiler alert, her doctor said it looks stable and she can continue on this trial, which is fabulous news. Now she can get on with her busy, crazy life. And I just want to know one thing, girl. What is your secret? Oh man, keep going. Whatever it is, just keep doing it. And I know part of it has to do with having 5 kids, but just keep going. Let's move on to Daily Kenji. Kenji had his 3rd ablation to take care of another area in his lungs, and he had to lay on his stomach again, which he says is very uncomfortable. And the doctor struggled a little to find the spot he was aiming for through the CT scanner. So basically, it's a different area every time he has an ablation, so he has to sit in a different position or lay in a different position. And the doctor's using a CT scan machine to see where he's aiming for so that, it's done obviously successfully. And I think everything went well, except Kenji did end up having another partial lung collapse, but it seemed to be minor. And after several hours of observation, he felt it was going to go away on its own and sent Kenji home. And Kenji talks about his younger sister visiting at the hospital from San Diego to LA and then planning to drive him home. Unfortunately, when it rains, it pours, because she lost her purse and Dad had to come and rescue them. And he had another key to her car, which, thank goodness, always have a backup plan. So he came to the rescue and it all worked out in the end. I think that it's great to be close to your siblings. Family's so important and not everybody has that. So Kenji is blessed with love around him. And the great news is Kenji only has 1 more ablation to go. So thinking about you and hoping that you get through this and everything is good. Now we got this chick, Francine's cancer journey. So why not? So I have a video coming out tomorrow, and this is a future update, I guess. Last we left off, I presented some blood work to my primary care physician that indicated I might be having a problem with iron levels. He was not the one to order these tests. They were ordered by another doctor. And I found in my history some other tests that sort of corroborated it, but he dismissed it. And I was not happy about that. I didn't say anything, just let it go. But 2 days later, I got a call from the office of the doctor who actually did order those tests. And they said, I need to go see a hematologist. So I was referred to a hematology oncologist, which really kind of threw me a little bit because it's at my cancer institute. But I guess it kind of makes sense just in case they're looking for cancer in my blood. Like, I need that. I just want everything to stay the same. Don't move. But, and that's not realistic at some point. I just know how blessed I am so far. And this video was actually about that. But spoiler alert, more blood tests next week. And he gave me some scenarios as to why I might be having a problem, including a slow bleed from the cancer itself. I don't even know how they would fix that, to be honest with you. If they can't see things on scans, I don't know how they would find it because of my scar tissue and not being able to really reach some of it. So there's still a few blanks to fill in, but I'll keep you posted, of course. And the video will be out tomorrow morning, so make sure you go see it and send me some love. So we had some mixed news today, and not all of it was great, but I'm wishing everybody hope and love and support and strength. And I hope you'll join me with that. And that's all we have today. So thanks for being here, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.